Hello everybody, my name is Mary. I'm a park aide here at Mount Jacinto State Park, here at the beautiful Idlewild Campground. Today we're going to be talking about how to acquire your overnight camping wilderness permit. The most important thing is to understand your itinerary. So when you're thinking about your trip through the Mount Jacinto State Park and Wilderness, think to yourself, are you going to be starting from Idlewild or are you going to be coming up the Palm Springs aerial tramway? It is about a 1 hour, 10-minute drive from one corner of the park to the other, so please plan ahead. Now, in order to get one of these amazing permits, they must be purchased at $5 per person. It is $5 per person, does not matter how many nights. When you are filling out your permit, you have the option of doing so in different ways. The first of which is that you may do so in person at either the Idlewild Campground Ranger Station or at the Long Valley Ranger Station. In either case, you may purchase it during business hours. However, at the Long Valley Ranger Station, it is cash only. You may not use a credit card. If you are planning on camping in both the Mount Jacinto State Park Wilderness as well as the United States Forest Service San Bernardino National Forest, you will need to acquire permits from each agency. If you're only camping in one, that camping permit will cover your day use hiking through either state or through either agency's forest. However, if you are going to be camping in each, you do need to apply for both permits and you do need to have both permits on you during your hike. When you are filling out your permit, you're going to need to know the camping location. This is a very different thing between the state wilderness and the national forest. Within the national forest, you may acquire a camping permit for free and you are allowed to disperse camp within their national forest. Within the state wilderness, in order to preserve the wilderness, we have designated 4 different campgrounds. You are allowed to camp at any of those designated campgrounds, and we limit the number of campers, the number of permits per campground. So you do need to know which of the 4 campgrounds you're going to stay at. Strawberry Junction has 3 campsites, Little Round Valley has 6 campsites, Round Valley and Tamarack Valley have plenty of campsites and often have lots of availability. You may call us for more information at 951-659-2607. The other way to acquire your permit that I highly recommend is to mail it in to our ranger station. Our address is on the online form. There is a PDF. You may fill it and then print it, or print it and then fill it. You're going to mail it to Mount Jacinto State Park, P.O. Box 308, Idlewild, California, 92549. When you do it through the mail, never send cash. Include a check or a money order as fees with your application, and do not forget a self-addressed stamped envelope. All the kids these days want to know what self-addressed stamped envelopes are. In a self-addressed stamped envelope, you're going to include an envelope that has the address that you want your permit mailed to. It's already got a stamp on it so that I don't have to use any of my personal stamps. You're going to fold that envelope up, include it with your permit application, and then when we receive it, we will fill it out and mail you your permit inside that self-addressed stamped envelope. A few more tips on when you're mailing in your permit is that please be aware that 1, we only accept permits for locations within the state wilderness for Tamarack, Round Valley, Strawberry Junction, or Little Round Valley. Permits may only be requested up to 56 days in advance. Any permits for organizations must also acquire a special event permit. The instructions are on our website. And when you are mailing in your permit, please don't leave anything blank. If you are planning on being dropped off, just make a note of it. If you leave your vehicle information blank, then we may reject your permit and mail you that rejection with a pink slip. If you're planning on parking at the tram, please also include the vehicle license plate number of any vehicles that you're planning on leaving at the tram. If any of that information changes, you can always call us up so that we may update your permit on our end, and we'll instruct you on how to update the permit on your end as well. When mailing in your permit, please also consider a 10-day turnaround time. So whatever date you were planning on camping, please try to get that in the mail postmarked 10 days before that date. If it's less than 10 days, you may not receive it in time, and you should greatly consider acquiring your permit in person at either of our ranger stations. A few etiquette things for the wilderness camping permit is that the maximum party size is 15. If you are camping in large parties, we please ask that you do not hike wide so that you do not damage the sides of the trails. Within the state wilderness, there are no dogs allowed. Dogs are only allowed if they are service animals. Dogs within the wilderness confuse the wildlife into thinking that a new predator has moved in and they must leave our park, which is not what any of us want. When camping within the state wilderness, please be prepared with your 10 essentials. Maybe we'll have a video on those coming soon. It's also all over YouTube and the internet. Please be prepared to leave no trace. When you are camping at your designated campground, please be sure to camp within 25 feet of a designated campsite sign. There are a certain number of campsites at each campground. We won't go up there to hang a tag saying that it is reserved, so at the individual campgrounds, these sites are first come and first serve. For our wonderful PCT hikers, we are so happy to have you in town. I know that there's a lot of permits that you need to acquire in order to make this incredible trip happen. Please give us a call to make sure that you get the permit that you need if you are going to be planning on camping within our state wilderness. If you have any more questions, give us a call at 951-659-2607. Again, that's 951-659-2607. We're open 8 to 4, 365 days of the year. It was 366 days of the year because it was 2024 and a leap year.